And when you get older, what are you going to remember? No drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes.
Barron Trump's life is a tale of contrasts, privilege and pressure, privacy and public scrutiny, innocence and responsibility. Born into one of the most famous families in the world, Barron has lived a life few can imagine. His story isn't just about being the youngest son of a former president. It's about growing up in the shadow of immense power while navigating the universal challenges of childhood and adolescence. Today, we delve into his life, his upbringing, his relationships, and how he's charting his own path. The story of Barron Trump begins in the heart of New York City, where he spent his earliest years living a life of comfort and familiarity. But his world was turned upside down when his father, Donald Trump, announced his candidacy for president in 2015.
I am officially running for president of the United States.
Barron, just 7 years old at the time, could scarcely comprehend the whirlwind of media attention that was about to engulf his family. When Donald Trump won the presidency in 2016, the Trump family faced a seismic shift, and none more so than Barron. At just 9 years old, he was faced with the daunting prospect of leaving his home, his school, and his friends in New York to move to the White House, a place steeped in history and responsibility. Donald, aware of his son's apprehension, reassured him with a simple but powerful message. "If this happens," he told Barron, "Daddy will help people, and I can help children like you." That sentiment gave Barron a sense of purpose and eased his fears, showing his young but keen understanding of the greater picture. Despite the weight of the move, Barron showed early signs of resilience. As his father described him, Barron was smart, strong, and empathetic. From the moment Donald Trump assumed office, Barron became the youngest boy to live in the White House since John F. Kennedy Jr. But along with this historic role came unprecedented scrutiny. The media, and indeed the public, focused their gaze on the young boy, sometimes unfairly. Online criticisms and jokes at his expense painted a troubling picture of how the children of politicians are often treated. But Barron was not without allies. Chelsea Clinton, herself the daughter of a former president, publicly defended him on several occasions. In one memorable instance, Chelsea took to Twitter to admonish critics, saying, "It's high time the media and everyone leave Barron Trump alone. Let him have the private childhood he deserves." Jenna Bush Hager, another former first daughter, echoed these sentiments. She expressed frustration at the harsh treatment Barron received, pointing out that he hadn't chosen this life. "The truth is," she said, "Barron didn't ask his dad to run for president. It wasn't his decision." This wave of support highlighted a broader issue. Children of political figures are often thrust into the limelight without their consent, bearing the weight of a world they never asked to be a part of. Despite the pressures of public life, Barron's individuality shone through. He exhibited a quiet brilliance and a unique set of talents. One of the most notable is his bilingual ability. He speaks both English and Slovenian fluently. As a child, he often spoke with his maternal grandmother in her native Slovenian, maintaining a deep connection to his heritage. His mother, Melania, was a strong advocate for this. "The more languages you speak, the better," she once remarked. Though she and Donald agreed that in public, Barron would primarily use English. By all accounts, Barron is a reserved and shy individual, preferring to stay out of the spotlight whenever possible. Yet those who know him describe him as intelligent, kind, and thoughtful. His towering height, 6 feet 7 inches at just 17 years old, adds to his commanding presence, a physical trait that has not gone unnoticed by his father.
And I couldn't get him to play basketball, play soccer. He's a good athlete, too. Good student, good athlete.
Big boy for soccer.
But he's 6'9".
Donald Trump humorously suggested that Barron might have a future in basketball, though the young man prefers soccer, showing his independent spirit and willingness to follow his passions. Throughout Barron's life, his mother, Melania Trump, has been a constant and protective presence. Known for her privacy and introverted nature, Melania has always prioritized her role as a mother above all else. During Donald Trump's presidency, she largely avoided the public eye, focusing instead on creating a stable and nurturing environment for Barron. Sources close to the family describe Melania as a doting mother who has always been deeply involved in Barron's life. Even after leaving the White House, Melania's focus did not waver. She ensured that Barron remained grounded, prioritizing his well-being over the demands of public life. Her parents, who moved to Mar-a-Lago to be closer to the family, also played a significant role in Barron's upbringing. The tragic loss of Melania's mother, Amalia Knavs, in January 2024, marked a somber moment for the family. Despite this, Melania remained steadfast, continuing to dedicate herself to Barron and his future. In September 2024, Barron took a significant step toward independence by enrolling at New York University. His decision to study in Manhattan, living in the family's iconic Trump Tower, was entirely his own. It reflected his growing independence and desire to chart his own course, even as he remains connected to his family's legacy. Melania, speaking in an interview at the time, expressed pride in her son's decision. "It was his choice to come here," she said. "He wanted to study in New York and live in his home. I respect that." She described Barron as an incredible young man with strength, intelligence, and kindness qualities she admires deeply. For much of his life, Barron avoided public appearances, but that began to change in 2024. In July, he joined his father at a campaign rally in Florida, marking a rare moment in the spotlight. Donald Trump, speaking to the crowd, noted Barron's popularity, joking that he might be more popular than Don and Eric. It was a moment that showed Barron stepping into his role as part of the Trump family's public presence, albeit cautiously. Despite his reserved nature, Barron's intelligence, kindness, and independence have positioned him as a young man with immense potential. Whether he continues to live a life in the public eye or chooses a more private path remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Barron Trump is carving out a life uniquely his own, shaped by both the privileges and challenges of his extraordinary upbringing. Barron Trump's story is far from over. As he navigates young adulthood, he carries the lessons of a childhood spent under intense scrutiny. With a supportive family and his own quiet determination, Barron is charting a course that balances the weight of his family name with his individual aspirations. His journey serves as a reminder that behind the headlines and public appearances lies a young man with dreams, talents, and a life that is still unfolding.